What's going on with y'all? Welcome to HDiiTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Man, I got to the house and was knocked out. I was going to do a StreamYard or a live, but I was so dang tired. Now, now, a former All-Pro wide receiver says Drew Brees carried Sean Payton with the Saints and that the game has passed Broncos head coach by. They went 8-9 in their first year under head coach Sean Payton, who was coming off of 5 consecutive winning seasons at New Orleans Saints. He head coached from his last stint in the NFL, which ended 2021. He's the 60-year-old had Drew Brees as his quarterback. Brees played for the Saints from 06 to 20, and Payton was the Saints head coach from 06 to 21, excluding the 2012 season when he was suspended. The two won a Super Bowl and won their division 7 times. Now, while many credit them both equally for the success the Saints saw during their reign, one player said it was all Brees, and that's former 4-time Pro Bowler Roddy White, who played the Saints twice a year as a member of the Atlanta Falcons, called out Payton on social media, saying it was the quarterback who is the reason the Saints won games. You know, Sean time has passed him by. Don't matter who gets in the draft. Drew carried that man, and he ain't done nothing since. And this is from Roddy White. Now, the Broncos currently have the 12th overall pick, though they could trade up, even if they do end up with a higher pick and land a top player. White does not think it will matter. White played for the Falcons, the Saints rivals from 05 to 15. Spanning his entire career, he was a first-team All-Pro and the NFL receptions leader in 2010, and after his retirement was inducted into the Falcons Ring of Honor. Most Falcon players aren't huge fans of Payton, and the Broncos not wowing in his first season back in the NFL only gives White more ammo. The Broncos finished the season third in the AFC West. The head coach finished in third or below in his division 4 times with the Saints with a total record of 152 to 89 in New Orleans. Payton's quarterback in 2023 was Russell Wilson, who ended up not only not working out, but costing the team a lot of money. He lasted just 2 years with the team and won with Payton. After Wilson released, the team now sits without someone whom they thought would be a successful quarterback for them as they head into 2024. Now, Roddy White is not only the only player who says something. There were Broncos players who played last year when Ryan Clark said that Sean Payton was acting like a thug, right? You had players liking his post that played for the Broncos. So Roddy White, it's not hate. I mean, it's obvious. Like I told you, I owed Drew Brees an apology because I always thought, Sean Payton kind of made him a little bit, but that's not true. That's not true. And it's like it comes as it comes as some people say it basically comes down to they did Russell Wilson very dirty. And we were always thinking, well, hey, this was, this most likely probably was this most likely probably was Sean Payton, helping out Drew Brees, but then Drew Brees, I had to owe Drew Brees an apology because of how Payton was. And my thing is, if you're an organization, this goes to the idiots in the organization. You mean to tell me you couldn't try to work it out with Russell Wilson? Y'all should have just paid the man his money. And then if Sean Payton is such a guru and so great, you could have won another season with Russell. Now you got all this dead cap. Now how are you going to bounce back from it? This is the stuff that I try to talk about with people and try to let people know. And I try to tell people is that Russell Wilson in some of those games helped y'all win by himself. And Sean Payton sabotaged them from the beginning. We showed you all of that. But if you're such a great coach, why couldn't you make Russell Wilson better? Now you got all this cap hit against your salary cap. Now who you going to bring in that's going to do something? See, what he's going to try to do is he's going to try to bring in a quarterback. And then what he's going to do is he's going to let that quarterback most likely sit. Once that quarterback sits, he's going to probably start Stidham. Stidham will probably be your starter this year. And while they're developing the young quarterback they might not get a quarterback till next year. They might go into the season with Stidham because remember, Sean Payton talked about how much he loves Stidham, how much it would be good to, have Stidham and all of that BS. And it's like, dude, Stidham is not good. He's a backup for a reason. He's a backup for a reason. Okay? He's a backup for a reason. He's a backup for a reason. Not only is he a backup for a reason, the guy basically stunk up the joint in New England. Because you had Belichick over here calling him Stiddy. Man, Stiddy out there is going to get the job done. All that fakeness. Listen, Belichick got exposed, so did Sean Payton. Andy Reid has been able to translate through the era because Andy Reid knows how to adjust to the personnel. Now, I think Andy Reid is overrated. I think that he gets away with having talented quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes and Donovan McNabb. I think he got away with that because he had talented quarterbacks. To me, I think he doesn't establish the running game, and when he actually did it against the Ravens, all of a sudden, they did well. And this is what I'm talking about. It's that stupidity I'm still mad at with Andy Reid. Why didn't you do that in Philly? But see, these coaches have an ego. They are very, very vile. They're very disrespectful. They treat the players like they're below trash. And it's my way or the highway. And Sean Payton was like that in New Orleans. People in New Orleans was getting sick and tired of him. He ran Alvin Kamara into the ground. He tried to make Taysom Hill this great quarterback. It's like he wants to prove he's the smartest person in the room. If I was always taught, if you're the smartest person in the room, you don't have to do much to show it. You just show it. You don't say it, you show it. You don't have to say it or prove it. You just are. And that's the problem with these coaches. They want to act like they're smarter than the average bear. They act like they know everything, and they don't. They don't know everything. And I'm glad Roddy White says something, because that's the truth. You know, that's what they do. Now he deserved that. Now, let me see some. Now, Dez Bryant blasts Jerry Jones for Cowboys free agent approach. And he's saying that, the only move of the week has been re-signing a long snapper in Trent Sieg. Trent Sieg. Now, this is what Dez Bryant said. Dez Bryant, who played a season in Big D, took to social media on Tuesday to give Dak Prescott some words of caution. The former All-Pro playmaker told Prescott that he should get ready to take the blame and said that he doesn't see the quarterback getting any more help unless a miracle happens. Everybody in the NFC East got better during free agency but the Cowboys. The draft will not be enough. And that's the facts. Now, this is the thing. They used to blame Dez Bryant. The Cowboys blame everybody but Jerry. But see, people know it's Jerry, but they can't fire Jerry. They can't fire Jerry because, he's the head guy. He the head person in charge. It's just facts. So there's nothing they could do about that. It's sad, but it's the truth. There's nothing they could do about that at all. Now, do I think now if you're on my Patreon, you know why Dak, I already told you guys what Dak's going through, why he's probably not going to get that money, and also why they kept Trey Lance. And I told everybody they kept Trey Lance for a reason. Jerry didn't just go trade for Trey Lance just to trade for him. No, he's keeping Trey because he knows Cooper Rush ain't finna do shit. Cooper Rush ain't finna carry you to nowhere. And he knows this because in that game against Philly, I think it was last year, the year before, when Dak was hurt, man, he got exposed. He couldn't throw over 30 yards. And still the King was the only Cowboy fan who was saying, dog, we just needed Cooper. We just needed Cooper Rush just to fill in for the time being. He's not finna be the guy to take us. Man, stop. Like, he even looked at Dallas fans like, y'all crazy. And Dallas fans are crazy as hell. Crazy as hell. But Dez Bryant is very correct. He's very correct, and I agree with him. Are y'all going to do anything? But this is what Dallas does. Dallas also does this. They always do this. Dallas always does this BS. They always do this, and it's sickening. Now, the Bucks, we got Jordan Whitehead back on a 2-year deal, $9 million, which he should have never left in the first place because it proved we needed him because that safety was terrible. So he has $9 million, a 2-year deal worth $9 million, and the max value, he could get is $10.5 million, which is of course in incentives. That's what I'm telling you guys. These guys are signing they're signing low deals and everything to they're signing low deals now because they could get their fully guaranteed money. And then if they have a great season, have some incentives, they can get extra money. Chris Jones showed you last year what to do. Chris Jones signed that 1-year deal, got a bunch of incentives, hit all those incentives. Now he got 5 years, like 95 million or 100 guaranteed, like 158 mil or whatever. Yeah, but he can hit those incentives again. So I'm glad to have Whitehead back. Excuse me, that's good. I'm glad he's back. He should have never left in the first place. But you know how people are. Oh man, I'm going to save this article. Got to get on to that. So, that's the thing. Now, to recap, guys, if you just got here in the video, I talked about Roddy White calling Sean Payton out, basically telling everybody that Drew Brees carried him, like Drew Brees made him. And I agree. I apologize to you, Drew Brees. I was real disrespectful. And you done moved up my QB list higher. Like straight up, Drew Brees was disrespected. And Dez Bryant basically called out the Cowboys by telling Dak Prescott, you ain't got no help. Prepare to get the whole blame this year, which he's been getting the past 3-4 years. And, they finna have another bad season. Just drafting isn't going to help you win anything, and that's the facts. The only move they made was for a damn long snapper. What the hell is a long snapper gonna do? Right? And then you got who else you got? Oh my goodness, man. I can't even think. Oh yeah. Hey, Tampa Bay Bucks. By Tampa Bay Bucks, we got Jordan Whitehead back from the Jets. So that was some good moves and everything. So that's all going on right now. It ain't really much. So, yeah, so that's how it is. Now the Commanders signed Austin Eckler and Frankie Louvu in free agency, which is, which was good, So the Commanders are basically trying to build a team, and that's what they're doing. And that's what they're doing, and that's what happens. You put them in a better position, which is good. The Commanders, watch, they're going to probably do a little better, but I don't think so. I think you got rid of the wrong person. But what I think is going to happen is, I think they're going to trade up and they're going to go get Caleb Williams, which I've told people from the get-go. Because their offensive coordinator, he's with Washington, you know. So they could go get Caleb Williams and they could go from there, which I believe they will. So that's all I got, man. You know, I'm sorry, guys, man. I went to sleep. I was so tired. After I ate, I went to sleep, which isn't good. But I was tired as heck. You know. So, you know how that is. So thank y'all for listening, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit the notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. If y'all love what you hear, you can donate to the page by going to the description box, hitting that link to the Cashapp to donate whatever your heart's desire, whatever you're willing to give. You guys can also super chat when the video is live or it premieres, and you guys can leave a super thanks. You guys can also find me on Zelle. That's in the description box, and the Cashapp, of course, in the description box. You can hit that link to donate. Shout out to Vernon, man, for donating, man. Appreciate you, Vernon. You the only one, you and a couple others, the only ones who hold down the Cashapp. I appreciate y'all. Also, you can sign up to the Patreon. I'm going to be putting up another video. I'm about to head to bed, get another extra sleep, get extra nap in before I got to go into this jizz. Y'all can sign up to the Patreon. The link is in the description box and the comment section. You guys, it's only $3 a month. We've been dropping some heat on there. I got some more stuff coming. I'm finna drop something now, and then I'm gonna drop another thing later on. So thank you guys, man. Also shout out to Casino for Life. He's doing his thing. Shout out to Jag Sports with Jose Rodriguez. Shout out to Scrub Zero. Shout out to who did it this time. Lobo, L0B0 bitch. Who else? Leave Diggy. Jeff Bone the Bonehead. MDT Sports. Who else? One True Emperor. Shout out to them. So if I forgot you, my bad. Thank y'all for listening. I am out. Deezy.